Hey guys, it's your Studio NPL music mentor Rhett. We're going to talk about the guitar real quick and just one little thing about it. I've got some more guitar videos coming, like we're going to talk about stringing and tuning, maybe some open tuning. Real quick, I just want to show you the blues pentatonic scale because you can sit and do this all day and it'll really take you places. It'll take you all over the neck. So let's just say we were playing the blues. That's a 1-4-5 progression, and we've talked about those chords. We talked 1 through 7. I'm going to show you what the 1-4-5 sounds like, and you're going to find it very familiar. I'll play it pretty fast, so I don't just take up your time, but it would be like this. So playing an A, what I'm going to do is play a power chord. Actually, they're all going to be power chords, but I'll show you. The 1-4-5 goes like this. So you've heard a lot of progressions like that in your time. You're going to hear many, many more. It's very common. So what people will do, the box that they'll really play in when they're improvising over the blues and rock, it's called the blues pentatonic scale, just pentatonic scale. So I'm going to show you A pentatonic because we're playing in A. Don't overthink it. If we're playing in G, I'd be showing you the G pentatonic. So this is how it goes. Just follow the intervals that I'm doing just from string to string, and I'm just going to do it back up the neck, but the same exact intervals, just backwards. So it goes in interval 4 from fret 5 to fret 8. So 5 8, then 5 7, 5 7, 5 7, 5 8, 5 8, and 8 5 8 5 7 5 7 5 7 5 8 5. So imagine that, get a blues backing track pulled up on your phone or your computer, just in your head, or just listen to some music that's just rock or blues, and kind of play along with it with that. You can do other things. You can start throwing extra notes in there, that aren't in the scale. It's really simple, but I mean, I'm playing from the pentatonic scale that I learned about 10 years ago, and I'm still not very good at it. So it's just all about playing it, having fun with it, and seeing what you can do. So have some fun with that scale. I'll show you one more time, and then enjoy yourself with it. Have a good one.
Here's some comic recommendations from Brittany, the teen librarian at the Madison branch.
Hey guys, this is Miss Brittany from the Madison Branch Library, and today I'm going to recommend some science fiction comic books that you can find on HOOPLA. First off, one of my very favorite comics, Transformers More Than Meets the Eye by James Roberts. After the end of the Autobot-Decepticon War, the Autobot Rodimus decides to set off on a quest through space to find the mythical Knights of Cybertron, bringing with him his crew of B-listers, weirdos, and outright criminals. This wide-ranging space opera has action, adventure, romance, mystery, humor, and a surprising number of characters dying horribly. I'm not going to lie, if you're not already familiar with Transformers, you may have trouble telling some of the characters apart, but I promise it gets a lot easier. Two related titles that I'd also recommend are Transformers Last Stand of the Wreckers by Nick Roach and James Roberts, and Transformers Robots in Disguise by James Barber. Last Stand of the Wreckers can be read as a standalone, while Robots in Disguise takes place concurrently with More Than Meets the Eye. Next up is Cosmo Knights by Hannah Templer. In the future, gladiators in mech suits known as Cosmo Knights compete on behalf of rival planetary royal families for their daughters' hands in marriage. 5 years ago, Mechanic Pan helped her friend Tara get off planet to escape her own arranged marriage and never saw her again. After two Cosmo Knights show up needing help, Pan finds herself on the run across the galaxy as part of a bid to burn the system down. The art in this series is fantastic, the characters are great, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens next. This one's not complete yet, so watch out for cliffhangers. Lastly, we have Invisible Kingdom by G. Willow Wilson and Christian Ward. Bess, a nun of the Renunciation, and Grix, a freighter pilot, accidentally discover a conspiracy between their solar system's most powerful corporation, Lux, and the religion of the Renunciation. Drawn together by what they know and on the run, they must decide whether the knowledge of the corruption they've discovered is worth dying for. The alien designs in this series are great, and the setting is a lot of fun. This is another ongoing title, with the second volume coming out soon. I hope this has given you some good titles to start with, and remember you can always ask your librarians for more recommendations.
Hello and welcome to Studio NPL. My name is Chris, one of your Studio NPL mentors, and I'm here today to talk about our 3D printing workshops. Here at Studio NPL, we offer workshops where you can learn how to design and print anything you can imagine. We have printers at several of our branch locations wherever there's a studio space. So if you're interested in 3D printing, come down to the library and start designing today.
Hello, lovely people out there in the NPL universe. My name is Nina, and I am normally at the Teen Center downtown at the main library, but with things as they are, I am reporting to you live from my home, hoping to dabble a bit in some virtual programming since right now we're not able to do our traditional programming. So today, I'm hope to cure a tad bit of your boredom with something that is super easy, something that is super cute, and something that can keep you and your family safe right now while you are socially distancing at home, and if you have to be out and about. If you haven't guessed already what that item is, dun, 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 it is a face mask, okay? But do not get alarmed. I have seen some pretty intimidating face mask tutorials out there, and if you're like me, I am intimidated by a sewing machine and sometimes even a needle and thread. However, I have found something that is super easy. You only need 2 items, and I can almost guarantee you that you have it in your house. Let me show you what that is if you haven't guessed yet. All you need is a pair of scissors, and a sock. I'm sure that you may have some little straggler socks where their mate has gotten lost in Lost Laundryland. So this is a good way of making use of that little guy or gal or whatever and in between, to make something that is really useful, and you can be stylish while you're out too. So super easy. It's only going to take you a few minutes. Check this out, and I guarantee you that you can do this at home. Okay, so here is your sock. Because, or depending on who you're making it for, I have me and my daughter here, so I'm going to make it in between. Either way, it's going to fit around that T section that all of the experts are telling us we need to keep covered while we're out. So what you're going to do is basically just clip off the tip of the sock where the toe is and the pleat. So we're going to do that like so. And less is always more, just in case, because you can always go in and trim later. Okay, so now your sock is going to look like so. Now what you're going to do is along the straight edge here, we are going to cut it once again. And this is going to stay as one large piece, almost like a square. There we go. See how cute that is already? So what we're going to do next is fold our sock, aka soon to be mask, in the opposite direction. And we're going to make sure that all of our ends match, so it's nice and neat. And if you're a stickler for like things to be symmetrical like I am, the heel portion of your sock, is going to kind of serve as your guide of where like your mask is going to sit. So that could be a good guide of where you want to cut for your ear holes. So we have everything aligned like so. And so we're going to cut about 1 centimeter in. I'm going to try to do this so that you can see. But so that way you have enough fabric that'll hold together, but it'll still stay on your ear. And then just so it's comfy, we'll clip the little end off so it's a nice little flat portion there. So we're going to do the same on the opposite side. Bingo. Got that done there. And then once again, gonna clip the end. All right, already you see that? It's looking like a mask. Now there's only one thing to do is make sure that it will fit. Okay, so don't get alarmed. I have one. Let's see. Okay. So that may happen too. Don't be alarmed. It's okay. These, like the other store-bought masks, sometimes they get to be a little funny, but it's all good. All right, let's adjust it a bit. Having some technical difficulties, but it is all good, and I'm gonna get it. I promise. Probably would have helped if I turned down my earring, but boom. There we go. There we go. All right. Look at that. You got a face mask, ladies and gents. And if you're feeling really fancy, you can take some Sharpies or some markers at home. You can embellish it however you want, but you see, now you are styling, profiling, and you are safe while you are out, keeping that T-zone safe. So I hope that you enjoyed my tutorial today, and happy crafting. Bye. See you next time.
Sound, especially in film, is almost like a person. It maintains a beauty while conveying intense emotion. It is powerful. It can lie or tell the truth. It can take us on a journey to a faraway place or take us home.
My favorite thing about music is that it can capture emotions and colors that I can't necessarily capture through words. Maybe I can't, like, there's no way to translate a major chord or a minor chord into something on screen. It's just not something that can translate. So for me, music adds an extra, tool to my toolbox, and it's something else that I can use to contribute to the emotion of my film and to further the storytelling. For me, in films where there is no music, you're missing a key emotional element. I'm used to hearing music in a film, and when that music is taken away from me, I'm disoriented. I don't necessarily know where to look for the emotional cues about how I should be feeling in a specific moment in that film. So I think in all films, and especially in the horror genre, music is used to add suspense to the film. So especially if you're trying to add, like, to a dramatic moment, you don't know who's gonna walk out of that door, you might have, like, strings, maybe some cacophony, and you're like, what's going on? I also am a bit of, like, a superhero film nerd, and for me, music is also really important in action films because it adds, like, the timpanis will add drama to, like, you know, a fight scene if you have this dun, dun in the bass. Or, you know, especially in moments where you're going from, like, really large cinematic set pieces to smaller emotional moments. In action films, really the music helps cue what emotion I should be feeling in a specific scene. You know, I go from terror in one scene to a sweet moment in the next. Music really helps make that transition more fluid within the film.
Foley art is supplemental sound design in video editing. One of the most classic examples would be something like a lightsaber. That was purely a Foley sound. I forget exactly where they got the sound from, but you know, it's so iconic, just the sound of a lightsaber turning on, and so we associate that sound with a lightsaber without even seeing the lightsaber. So it really does play off of what we expect to hear. So I mean, if you, the most obvious example would be a fight scene. You know, when you see the guys hitting each other, you hear really over the top sounds, and if you've ever seen a fight, it's never, you know, sounding like that. So it's just additional sound to spice up a piece of footage. It's one of those things, if you didn't have it, you would really notice it, and especially depending on certain genres like action movies. If they didn't have Foley, you would notice a very big difference in how the fight scenes or explosions are perceived. Foley can be really, really minor stuff. It could be footsteps, it could be somebody breathing, it could be, you know, a doorbell. There are a lot of things that after you have done a little bit of Foley work, you'll see in movies and you'll know, oh yeah, they definitely just threw in an audio clip of that sound. Foley is an audio special effect. That's, at the end of the day, that's what it's really doing.
Sound is one of the main senses that you don't have control over, so you can't actively choose, I'm not going to hear anything. So it's always impacting how we see and how we perceive the world. So what do I do to create an environment? What I do is I like to think of what the natural sounds in a space are like, and then I like to make sure that they're prevalent in what I'm creating, especially if I'm trying to create a specific mood. So for a track on one of my projects, I had one of my buddies spitting a spoken word piece, and I wanted to sound like he was standing in the middle of Central Park. So the challenge is, he recorded it in my studio, which is dead. It's dull. It's meant to be as, you know, clean as possible. And so it was fun. Like, I went around the internet and, you know, like I was saying, like, I found some sounds of like birds chirping, then I found some sounds of people talking, I found some sounds of cars driving by, cars honking, and like a little tugboat in the background doing its horn to kind of mimic a ferry. And then gently blended these things in, so you feel that the world is still moving around him. And so with that, I think it's important to make sure that when you're creating something digitally, a lot of times you have to digitally create the world as well. And so it can change, you know, if you're walking through the park, there's different sounds that can be used to make that experience feel pleasant or to make you feel scared and to be looking over your shoulder all the time. And so you kind of become the maestro of that with the sound selection.
Sound is everywhere.
Hello everyone, my name is Jada Pitts and I'm normally the associate for North Branch Library. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, we've been trying to come up with ways to still communicate with you all from home. Today I'm going to be showing you some neat and affordable ways to spring clean your home and organize. If you have a lot of bags like I do, you can find it to be a bit of a hassle to store them without having to flatten them or stack them, which may cause them to lose their unique shape. But if you use an over-the-door set of hooks, this makes them easier to store, easier to select, and allows them to keep their shape. This hook can be used on the front or the back of the door. You can purchase this set of hooks at a local Walmart or Home Depot, Lowe's, or even order them from Amazon. They usually range anywhere between $7 to $10. I also have lots of shoes. Some of them I still have boxes for, and some I absolutely do not. For box shoes, stacking them saves space and makes them easier to select. You can stack at the bottom or top of any closet. Loose shoes without the box are easy to store by using a shoe rack or an underbed storage container. Both of these are great for storing multiple pairs of shoes and keeps them neat and up out of the way. Both of these items typically range from $10 to $20 at local stores and online. Another helpful item to have is a 4-tier hanger. This hanger allows you to hang 4 items of clothing on one hanger, which saves space compared to 4 separate hangers. This hanger can be used for pants, skirts, or shirts. It ranges between $6 to $12 at local stores and online. Hey guys, I hope that these tips help you to become better organized at home. Here at NPL, we want to encourage you to abide by the Safer at Home order and remember to wash your hands. And if you must go out, we want to encourage you to always wear a mask and stay 6 feet apart. Thank you all for watching and have a wonderful day.
Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Rebecca Stone, your Studio NPL mentor. Thank you so much for sending those how-to videos. I've been sitting here editing them this afternoon, and I've been really enjoying watching what you've been sending. And I hope you'll keep sending them to studionplnashville@gmail.com. Now, Selena just sent us a video. Let's see what she has to teach us.
Hi, I'm Selena, a teen who likes to draw, and I wanted to do a video today showing you how to draw a person. Have you ever wanted to draw a person, but you didn't know how to get started, or you didn't know how to draw the foundations of the person, or you didn't even know how to flesh them out, or add clothes to them after you did the skeleton? Today I'm going to show you how to do that pretty easily. So, I'm going to draw a sketch of a person, and I like to start with the head. So I start with a circle and then kind of do a triangle shape like that. And I draw the neck. And with joints and just round parts of the human body, I like to draw a circle. And for the torso, I draw kind of upside down trapezoid. So obviously this is gonna be a female person. That with men it's kind of similar, except I draw a bigger and wider trapezoid, just depending on the body type of the person, and wider shoulders, because men tend to have wider shoulders than women. And yeah, and I usually draw a circle in the middle of that trapezoid, just because even our torsos are a bit round. And let me finish. And I don't draw the whole hand right away until I flesh them out. And even if the person, I'm gonna draw that for the hips. Even if the person is wearing a dress, I like to draw the legs because anatomical correctness, that kind of thing. And just like the hands, I don't draw details of the feet right away, like what's on them or what they're wearing or anything like that. And I also don't draw the hair yet that's on the person. So I just kind of leave it like that, and then I start to trace it. When I flesh the person out, I start with the hair sometimes I do it last. You gotta make the hair make sense, but and then it's gotta also be kind of proportional to how much human people have hair. Don't you go crazy with the amount of hair that they have. But I'm just gonna draw a hand like that, and then draw her other arm. Just hold a purse like that. And she's gonna have a dress like that on. And gonna have lower heels. This is kind of like a fashion drawing with it. And another thing about female bodies, the legs are more pronounced, kind of, than male legs. If you know what I mean. It's kind of hard to explain, but they're just more pronounced. The thighs and the calves are. You just see more of a difference between them, kind of. So then I erase everything and I start to draw the clothes on the person because, depending on your drawing, the person's gonna have clothes on, right? Depending on what kind of art you're doing. So I'm gonna draw that dress on her. She's gonna have a belt kind of thing going on. And then I'm gonna erase the details of that skeleton stuff in the legs, because it's just gonna look weird in your photo. And draw a necklace there. I'm gonna reduce it to kind of a more simple kind of like that. Draw a nose. You gotta make the face anatomically correct too, but that's a different discussion for a different time. But there you go. After I draw a face, I get rid of that one. It's kind of hard to do after you've drawn the face. And there's my person. I hope you liked watching this. I hope this was helpful. And yeah, thanks for watching.
Selena, thank you so much for that artistic lesson. I've been practicing after watching your video. What do you think? No? Think I need to watch the video again? I might need to. All right, I'm gonna go watch that. The rest of you, I hope you will send me your videos at studionplnashville@gmail.com. Thanks. See you soon.